everyone. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. How you doing, everyone? Hello. I am from the hotel room. I don't have my usual setup. I don't have my microphone. I don't have everything that I usually have. Why? Because I'm in North Carolina right now, and we've been playing some baseball out here with some other baseball YouTubers. We were going up against the Burlington Sock Puppets the other day. That was an incredible experience. And today we're going up against the Salem Disco Turkeys. So what is that now? About 3 hours. I got to be at the field. So figured I had some time here to go live to talk about Joe Girardi. Are you kidding me? Like, this is absolutely insane. I was enjoying my morning. I was having my nice hotel cup of coffee. I had some waffles. And then all of a sudden, Joe Girardi's fired. There's also a horrible echo in this room. I apologize, everyone. I am so sorry. But I hope you're all doing really well. Hope you're all having a good week. It has not been the my usual week, obviously, because I'm in North Carolina right now. So I'm living the hotel life this week. But I hope everyone is having a great time. There were a few guys that came out to the Burlington Sock Puppets game the other day. And hey, that was awesome meeting you guys. Seriously, I've never had anyone ask me if I could take a picture with them before. That was the coolest, but like the weirdest experience at the same time. Like, I've never done that before, and an awesome experience. I loved meeting you guys. You guys were fantastic. But let's get to it here. This is very surprising. This is absolutely surprising. And bear with me, I'm on my iPad. I obviously don't have my desktop here, so please just bear with me. What I will do is I don't even know if I can share the screen. Can I not share the screen on here? Oh my God, are you kidding me? On this iPad, I cannot share my screen. Well, all right, everyone. Well, we're just going to have to deal with what we got. But hopefully the audio is not too bad. Hopefully, I know this is not the usual quality that we usually have, but I do see 100 people here. Again, if you are just joining, I'm on the road right now. I'm in North Carolina. I'm playing some baseball this week. We got some awesome YouTubers out here too. We got Draft Deck Mark out here. We got Baseball Bat Bros. We had King of Juco here a couple of days ago against the Sock Puppets. Man, it's crazy meeting these guys like in person, because you see their channels and you kind of see what they do on their channel. And when you just meet them in person, it's a completely different experience. It's been really awesome meeting all of these guys, like so many. Draft Deck Mark, King of Juco, Baseball Bat Bros, Wardy, Stark Raving Sports. Those guys have been driving me around. I was getting Ubers, and then all of a sudden one day they saw me at Target right near the field, and they said, "Hey, do you need rides, man?" I'm like, "Oh, absolutely. I'm paying like $20-$30 for an Uber every single time." So they've been amazing. Just a lot of great guys. And That's Baseball is here. I forget the name of his channel. No Fielders. I forget his YouTube channel name. I'm so sorry, but he was a very nice guy as well. But let's get to it here. Again, I can't share the screen. I thought I was going to be able to, but what can you do? But as of right now, the Phillies, me and Josh, we were just talking about the Phillies on Monday, and we said, should we be worried? We also talked about the Angels as well. We talked about should we be worried about the Phillies? Should we be worried about the Angels? Because the Angels had themselves, a rough week the prior week. They got swept by the Blue Jays at home, but the Phillies have been stumbling a lot lately, and now their record is 22-29. And I'm on Fangraphs right now. You guys know me. I usually like to share the screen, but I can't share my screen on the iPad. What do you know? But as of right now, the Phillies in the month of May, they ranked 20th offensively. In the month of May, as a team, they were batting .244. They had a .305 on base percentage and a .402 slugging. So that came out to a negative 1.8 offense on Fangraphs. So the offense, it's been a good in the month of April. They were very good, but in the month of May, basically Bryce Harper has been the only bit of their offense. And I've actually, let me pull up their numbers here really quick. So let's take a look here. So I'm looking at May. Yeah, Bryce Harper was by far their best player in the month of May. He hit 347 with a 394 on base, a 684 slugging. This guy had a 188 WRC plus in the month of May. Are you kidding me? 7 homers, 18 RBIs. Fantastic. Gene Segura was also having a very good month this month. I feel like you haven't really heard too much of him because of how good Harper has been. Hitting 307, a 352 on base, a 446 slugging, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. He had 7 stolen bases in the month of May as well. So those two guys were really doing a lot. But other than that, not a whole lot else going on. If I'm kind of looking here, Garrett Stubbs, he played in 7 games. He was having a pretty good month. But then if I'm taking a look here, like Nick Castellanos was really stumbling in the month of May. He did have 4 homers and 16 RBIs, but he only hit 234 in the month of May, a 274 on base, a 414 slugging. It's just not getting it done. You know, this guy's making the big bucks, and he's got to do a little bit better than that. If I'm taking a look at Kyle Schwarber, he did have 6 home runs, did have 10 RBIs, but only batting 196, a 320 on base, a 402 slugging. Rhys Hoskins had 6 homers and 17 RBIs. His 17 RBIs were actually the second highest on the team in the month of May. But, you know, he's only hitting 239 in the month of May, a 303 on base, 431 slugging. So the Phillies offense was really stumbling in the month of May. As for the starting pitching, now there's really been no problems with the starting pitching here. They ranked 5th overall in May. They had a 4.18 ERA, a 3.60 FIP, so that suggests they were pitching a lot better. And that also suggests that the Phillies defense has not been very good as well. So the Phillies, the strength of the team has been the starting pitching. These guys have been making their starts. They've been doing some work. They've been fantastic. But as for the relief pitching, in the month of May, the Phillies bullpen only ranked 21st overall. They actually did pretty well in April. And I'm thinking, oh, man, wow, look at this Phillies bullpen. For once in my lifetime, the Phillies are going to have a good bullpen, but not very good in May. A 4.55 ERA in the month of May, over 5 walks per 9 in May. You had Corey Knebel really stumbling, giving up walk-off losses. That's just not going to get it done. So Phillies bullpen, the offense has really been stumbling. The fielding has not been all that great. But the starting pitching, at least they do have that. You know, you got these guys like, you know, Wheeler, Nola. Eflin has been doing pretty good. You know, Ranger Suarez has looked better as of late. So the Phillies got some starting pitching here, and that's where I think that's something that they can rely on, and at least that's a good sign for them moving forward. Now, let's talk about Girardi. So again, me and Josh, we were talking about the Phillies. We were talking about them on Monday. Should we be worried about the Phillies moving forward? And we both talked about Joe Girardi, and we thought Joe Girardi firing him was not really the right move. I personally think the team as a whole needed to come together. But maybe firing Girardi, maybe getting rid of him, you know, and putting a new voice in that role is going to help this team come together. You rarely ever see managers get fired in season. It just never happens. But that is showing the urgency for the Phillies right now. I mean, you're 22 and 29. You got a lot of season left. So for them to make this move, I mean, they obviously think that they have a shot at this thing, even though they're in the same division as the Mets and the Braves. They're 5.5 out of a wild card. Now, we have seen other teams before. The Marlins in 2003, the Nationals in 2019. Both teams, I believe, were 19 and 31 at that time. So Dave Dombrowski thought, all right, we got to make some kind of a move. Because it's like, really, what kind of a move? It's like you're not going to just going to trade away all these players. Because I think some of these players, probably the chemistry just wasn't there. But they're thinking, hey, Joe Girardi, you know, hey, he's been a successful manager in his career, but something is just not working. And it's felt like that the last couple of years. Just they got these good players. They got good, talented starting pitching. You got someone like Bryce Harper, who's the face of the franchise. Well, the bullpen hasn't been very good, but they've had some decent arms out there. And it just felt like something is just not working with this Phillies team. So they're going to go another direction with the manager, because a lot of times a new voice can help. Hey, I've seen many different managers in my time as a Red Sox fan. My favorite, Bobby Valentine. That was like, I mean, what can you say? Bobby Valentine, the best manager of all time. I'm just kidding. But you could see when the Red Sox went to a new manager, they went to John Farrell in 2013, won a World Series. John Farrell, his voice started to waver. Then they turned to Alex Cora. And obviously you saw what happened there. So changing managers, putting a different voice in there, and putting a guy, just a different guy, mix up some things, try some different things. It can really do all the difference. So, to me, I guess I can agree with it, because you have to do something. You're not just going to get rid of the players. I mean, unfortunately for Joe Girardi, I wish there was another way they could have gone about this. Team meetings, something like that. I'm sure they probably had one or two already, honestly. But it just, you hate to see, a guy be the scapegoat. But Girardi, unfortunately, he has not had. Now, Josh will, say he loved Joe Girardi as the manager for the New York Yankees. He loved him, but it's just funny because Joe Girardi, when he was with the Marlins, that whole thing just blew up, and then he ended up going to the Yankees, and then with the Yankees, he ended up leaving there too. So I don't know. Was this a Joe Girardi problem, or was this more of an organizational failure? Yeah, I don't really know the answer to that, but you hate to see someone be the scapegoat here. And Joe Girardi's had so much success in his career as a manager. So question is this the end of the road for Joe Girardi? Could we see him in another capacity? I would imagine. I don't know if we're going to see Girardi in another role, at least in the near future. I can maybe see him going to some kind of an analyst role, like maybe on ESPN or maybe Fox or TBS or something like that. I could definitely see something like that from Joe Girardi. But we're just going to have to wait and see what ends up happening with him. But for the Phillies, there's too much talent on this team for them to just be playing like this. You have such a good lineup with Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Segura having a good month, Rhys Hoskins. There's a lot of meat in this lineup. There's no excuse for this lineup to be underperforming. I also feel like they might have moved on from one of their hitting coaches as well. Bear with me. I feel like they got rid of one of the assistant coaches or something. I think maybe I saw that. In addition, coaching assistant Bobby Meacham was relieved. So he was just okay. I don't know if he was an assistant, but here is the memo from the Phillies. I want to read this out loud for everyone. The Phillies have relieved Joe Girardi of his duties as manager today. Bench coach. So that's the next point I was going to get to. Rob Thompson is going to be the new manager. He was the bench coach. So let's see if that can end up being good for the Phillies. But it says here, bench coach Rob Thompson has been named interim manager for the club through the end of the 2022 season. In addition, coaching assistant Bobby Meacham was also relieved of his duties. Quality assurance coach Mike Calicari, who has been with the organization since the 2018 season, has been promoted to bench coach on the Phillies major league staff. Phillies president of baseball operations, Dave Dombrowski, announced the changes today. So this is what Dave Dombrowski ended up going on to say. It has been a frustrating season for us up until this point, as we feel that our club has not played up to its capabilities, said Dombrowski. While all of us share the responsibility of the shortcomings, I felt that a change was needed and that a new voice in the clubhouse would give us the best chance to turn things around. I believe we have a talented group that can get back on track, and I am confident that Rob, with his experience and familiarity with our club, is the right man to lead us going forward. Thompson, who becomes the 56th manager in franchise history, has served as the club's bench coach while also coordinating spring training for the last 5 seasons after being originally hired on December 5th, 2017. This year marks Thompson's 38th season in professional baseball. So there's no managerial experience for Rob Thompson. So this is going to be brand new ball game for him, no pun intended. I am extremely excited for this opportunity, and I appreciate the confidence Dave has shown in me. Having said that, this is an emotional day for me, having worked so closely with Joe for so many years. This has been my home now for the last 5 years, and I care deeply about this franchise, this city, our players, our coaches, our staff, and our fans. I am ready to lead this team and look forward to getting to work to turning things around. So just a little bit more background on Rob Thompson. He was with the Yankees for 28 seasons, 1990 to 2017. So he was with Joe Girardi there too, which include 10 seasons on New York's major league coaching staff as the bench coach. So he was Girardi's bench coach there and third base coach. Prior to his time with the Yankees, he spent 2 seasons as a coach in the Tigers minor league system. So the highest that he had been his bench coach. So hey, he's got a shot here. Maybe this can end up being a really good story for the Phillies this year. They got time. We've got all of June. You got all of July. I mean, June is going to be a huge month for the Phillies overall. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. So I'm not going to be too long here because I do have to start getting ready here to go out to the fields. But I saw a couple of super chats. Jeff Graw is in the chat. Your camera has stopped working. Oh, no. Is my camera working now? Oh, man. Hold on a second. Oh, my goodness. My camera wasn't working. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. It said my camera was on before when I checked. Oh, I'm sorry about that, everyone. I apologize. But hello. I'm here. Hello. But Jeff Graw, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. But yes, camera is back on. Jeff, you're an amazing man. Thank you. We had another super chat, I believe, at some point. Did we have another super chat? I thought we did. I thought I saw it pop up. I'm not sure where it's at. Sorry about that, everyone. Man, I wish that camera was working. But yeah, so what else are you guys saying here? Gregory, he should have been fired. Phillies should be winning, period. I agree, Gregory. I agree. This Phillies team is too good. They're too good. They got too many good bats. You know, especially the money that they spent on Schwarber and Castellanos. I mean, come on. And these guys did not have, great months. Yeah, they hit some homers. They drove in some runs. But we got to see those batting averages come up. We saw what Schwarber did with my Red Sox last year. We got to see. We got to see some better stuff from them. So, more complete offensive game. And that's something I'm excited about with Rob Thompson, see if maybe he can mix things up a little bit. Maybe he's got some ideas. Maybe he has some, just ways to kind of spice things up a little bit. Move guys around in the order maybe, But I do think a new voice really can help. It's unfortunate that a guy like Girardi, who I respect a lot, this guy's, I like Girardi's style. I just like his hard-nosed kind of attitude towards things. I like that he's a bit old school. And that's what I like about Girardi. He's just kind of like more of an old school kind of a guy. So, but hey, Adam Wetstein, what's going on, my friend? La Russa is next. I've been saying for a little bit, going back to I believe the offseason, where I wonder if, the White Sox don't pick it up, could La Russa end up getting fired too? So, but here we go. Nick, what's going on, my friend? Girardi is such a bad manager. He only managed to win 1 World Series with an all-star team in the Yankees. Firing him might not help, but it definitely can't hurt. So I agree. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, what else you got to lose right now? And you're 22-29. You're 7 games under 500. This team should be better than that. So, yeah, Denise Snyder, I agree. They had to do something. I wish it didn't have to be at the expense of the manager, but what can you do? So, Asterisk, what's going on? Girardi's managerial decisions weren't the absolute worst, but his energy was terrible, and they needed a spark. So that's another thing, too. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. All we see is what's on the field, the post-game scrums. That's all we see. And Girardi, it just seemed like he definitely lacked the energy. He didn't seem like a very happy camper a lot. And I think in the end, it probably will be the best move for just everyone involved. So I don't know, but it seems like everywhere Girardi has gone, it seems like it's never really been a happy ending for him. You would like for him to have one stint somewhere where he can kind of go out on his own terms, you know? So we'll have to see if he ends up getting another opportunity. What is going on? What is going on? Flash 267. If the Angels continue to struggle, do they fire Madden? I think the Angels are going to be fine. To me, Madden's proven himself over the years. Like, this is a guy, he's made it to 2 World Series in his career, won a World Series with the Cubs. I just think, the Angels are going to be fine. But if the Angels do continue to struggle, and actually, let's see, I do believe they pulled out the win last night. Sorry, my phone is just right there in front of your face. But let me go to the scores from yesterday. Man, Tyone, man. Holy cow. Jamison Tyone threw a great game yesterday, and holy cow. Oh, the Yankees did pull it out. Oh, okay, look at this. The Yankees did pull it out. Wow. It has been a hectic week. I've been keeping up with the scores a little bit, but I have not been completely on top of it. Traveling is nuts. I don't know how people do it. I've just been busy nonstop this week. Are you kidding? But let's see. Yeah, the Yankees, they scored 2 in the 9th, or 2 in the 8th. Yeah, because I saw the Angels took the lead because Tyone, I think he was throwing a perfect game. And he was looking really good, man. Jamison Tyone, give it up for him. He had a really good game. And good, he got the win. I felt bad. We were sitting, we went to the, what is it called? We went to the Greensboro Hoppers game last night. It was just a minor league game, the Pirates High A affiliate. And, we were just sitting there, and I'm like, man, Tyone was dealing today. And that would have been tough if he ended up getting the loss, man. 8 innings, only give up the run, 2 hits. But Clay Holmes coming in for the save. Gotta love that. Clay Holmes, man, a 0.35 ERA. But the Angels, they have really been stumbling. I do think they're going to get back on track. I think they're just going through a really rough stretch right now. The Angels, 2-8 in their last 10. They lost 8 straight, man. I didn't realize it got up to 8 straight. Oh, my God. 8 straight. Oh, that's really rough. I think they're just going to have to get out of it, man. I do think they're going to end up being okay. Luckily for them, they have a wild card spot still. So, hey, it's a new month. I think, we got a lot more June to go. So, I think the Angels are going to end up getting it together. Maybe they could make some kind of a move somewhere. We'll have to see. But who else we got here? Jacko's Cards going to the Angels game on Sunday. Not too bad. Hopefully they can get a win. Hopefully they can break this 8-game losing streak. So, oof noob, Holmes almost blew it yesterday. But yeah, Holmes has got really good stuff, man. I remember when the Yankees got him, and I was looking at the advanced numbers and everything. I'm like, wow, this guy's a really good pitcher. It just didn't show with the surface numbers. So, what do we got here? Jason, what's going on? I'm hearing the Phillies are interested in Raul Ibanez. Ooh, what about J-Roll or Utley? They interviewed Utley before hiring Joe. Man, if they could do something like, I would imagine for this year, you got to stick with Thompson. That's just too much change in one season. I don't think have we ever seen anything like that? I don't even know. Where you just make a big move like hiring someone like that. I would imagine they're just going to stick with the bench coach, but I could definitely see them off season, maybe looking to bring in a guy and hey, kind of like the Red Sox did with Cora. Could they bring back a former player? They did interview Utley. Could you go with Ibanez? That'd be pretty cool. So, yes, Ratchet. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I was like, who else did they fire? But yeah, they fired a coaching assistant as well. Oh yeah, okay. I saw a tweet about this, Jeff. Yeah, Holmes almost broke Trout's hand. Oh my God. We were at the game last night. We were at the Hoppers game, and one of the guys got hit on the hand. He took it like a champ, but you could tell. Oh my God, you could tell it hurt, man. Getting hit on your hand or like your wrist, besides your head, has to be like the worst. Gregory, Robbie, how much do you think it would take for the Phillies to acquire Chapman from the Yankees? Man, could you imagine Earls Chapman? I wonder if the Yankees would deal him. I wonder. I wonder if the right trade is there. I definitely think the Phillies could use another guy in that bullpen. It just seems like they just need something out there. I think with the offense, I think you could stick with what you have and just try to, fix it, get these guys just on a roll. But the bullpen, it does feel like they need something. Now, I don't know if the Yankees would trade Chapman. I think they would only trade him if it was only the right package or if it was only the right move for them, because they do have a lot of guys in this bullpen that are stepping up this year. Let me pull up their bullpen really quick. Who do we got here? Fangraphs. Bear with me because I'm on my iPad, and this is not my usual setup here. But what do we got? So, of course, Michael King, he's had himself a really good year. His numbers have come up. He got off to just a crazy start through his first 10 appearances. But he has been getting kind of hit a little bit more. Holmes has been really good. Chad Green, he's been pretty decent. Even Wandy Peralta has been okay. It's 2.08 ERA, 2.91 FIP. He doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Lucas Luge, ERA is high, but his FIP is lower. But Chapman's, he's not, I don't know. Would the Phillies even want Chapman? I don't think Chapman doesn't really seem like someone that's going to help them right now. 3.86 ERA, a 5.00 FIP. He's walking 6.5 per 9. Are you kidding me? Aroldis Chapman, man, he's not been all that great. I got to give it up a little bit for Clark Schmidt though. Clark Schmidt, 1.23 ERA. He's been pretty good out of this bullpen. 8 games overall, 14 innings. So he's definitely been more of a multi-inning kind of a guy. But the Yankees have a lot of arms stepping up for them. King, Holmes, Green, Peralta, Luge. Luge has the high ERA, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. He's got 10 strikeouts per 9. He's walking 3.5 per 9. So I think he's fine. I wouldn't worry too much about that ERA with him. But I don't think Chapman's really going to do a whole lot for them, Gregory, unfortunately. But Christopher Foster, breaking news: Cincinnati just fired David Bell. Did they? No, they didn't. That's capping. That's cap. You would think they would have moved on from now, but what can you do? But what else we got here? Reds got some pictures Phillies might be interested in. Yeah, the Reds, man. Could they maybe? They're going to be dealing. They're going to be dealing. Luis Castillo looked good against my Red Sox the other night, and Tyler Mahle too. He's going to be a hot commodity. So. Oh, did Schmidt got rocked last night? He did? Yeah, because it was a doubleheader. That's right. Yeah, let me pull it up. Again, wasn't too on top of the baseball scores yesterday because we were quite busy yesterday. Let me go to that box score. Let me see here. Yeah, Schmidt didn't look all that great. It's one game. Come on now. It's just one game. He's had pretty good numbers all season. He had 2 strikeouts, gave up a couple hits. Oh, come on. You can't. Come on. It's just one game. Let's see. D'Augustine. And hey, let's talk about a team that's actually playing well. The Blue Jays. What do you think about the Blue Jays win streak? Can they compete with the Yankees? The Blue Jays absolutely can. I have them getting the World Series like a whole bunch of other people. I think this team is really good. Losing a bat like Marcus Semien, you did replace it with a couple other guys, but it was going to take them a little bit to get back on track. Semien was just out of his mind last year where, Jesus, he just brought so much extension to that lineup. But, hey, I think the Blue Jays are absolutely they're really good. So I'm not surprised that they're on this kind of a roll right now. 8-2 in their last 10. They've won 8 straight. They've just been playing great baseball, and that's something that the Phillies can kind of take note of. The Blue Jays all year have had really good starting pitching. Their starting pitching has been one of the best rotations in the game this whole year. They've ranked in the top 5 in Fangraphs for the whole season. So that's something that the Phillies they can look at that and say, hey, you know what, the Blue Jays, they were kind of having some rough spots there. They weren't playing some great baseball. And, hey, we can do that because they have good starting pitching too. And you can even argue that the Blue Jays bullpen, it's not great. It has a couple of good arms, but, you could say that about the Phillies too. So, good, I would say the Blue Jays overall, you could argue that a better offense than the Phillies, definitely. So I think if the Blue Jays can get themselves back on track, I definitely think the Phillies can too. But the Blue Jays, I'm not surprised. They're a good team. They're a great team overall. It's a hungry team too, man. So not surprised. And can they compete with the Yankees? Absolutely. They're 5.5 out. They're going to get a wild card for sure. Absolutely. And hey, don't forget about Tampa too. Tampa's always just going to be a good team. Now, I had Tampa winning the division this year, but the Yankees are just playing great baseball. Toronto's on fire. Tampa, I wonder if they end up just getting a wild card in the end. But I picked Tampa to win the division this year because they've just been winning this division. And it's like until they lose it, I'm not going to pick against them. So, but what else we got here? Josh is in the chat. Josh, I hope you like the new setup. Nice hotel room. It's very echoey in here. There's the bed. Just a nice, simple hotel room. Man, God. I missed my setup. I'm not going to lie. I did have a nice waffle this morning, though. That was pretty good. What is going on? Futai. Who is your most surprising team? I would have to say, man, hold on a second. Look what we got here. Could you consider the Twins surprising? I wouldn't say they're very surprising, honestly. They had a good team. I don't know. I'm thinking here. I don't know. There hasn't really been like a lot of surprises. You could say the Diamondbacks, that people think that they were going to be, around 500. Could you say they're a surprise? How about, honestly, I'll say a negative surprise. How about the Seattle Mariners? I thought the Mariners were going to be way better than this. I had the Mariners winning this division, and they're 11 games out in this division right now. They're 4.5 out. Why aren't we hearing more about the Mariners right now? Like, this is a good team that Seattle has, but they're 22-29 too, and same as the Phillies. So Seattle right now, they're in a very similar boat with the Phillies. This is a good Mariners team. I don't think they need to be going out there and, firing managers. I don't think that's what they need to do. I think they need to maybe go get a starting pitcher if they can do it. Robbie Ray has been quite disappointing this year, which, he had the Cy Young last year. I don't know. Something was just working, but he's had a track record of I've had a track record sorry, I just got distracted with a text there. But I don't even know what I was saying. Hold on. Okay. But I don't remember what I was saying. Sorry, that text message completely just made my brain just go potato mode. But what was I saying? Seattle? Oh, yeah, Robbie Ray. He has the track record of he's had issues in the past where, it's not surprising to see that I didn't think he was going to be as good as he was last year. I did not think he was going to be like that. So, yeah, lasagna, you're saying here, Robbie Ray, especially as he grows older, will decline. Yeah, he's been a guy that he's had walk issues in the past. He's been a guy who's given up the home run ball. That was the thing with Robbie Ray last year. He gave up a lot of home runs. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's what are his stats overall? I know they're not very inspiring. I see a 4-point. Hold on, let me go on Fangraphs here. He's got a 4.93 ERA. He's got a 4.26 FIP, which is around league average. So I think in the end, Robbie Ray is going to end up being okay. But there were things last year that I saw where he was kind of getting by with. He was giving up the home runs, and there were just times with Robbie Ray where he looked completely dominant, but there was things that kind of worried me for him in the future, and it's showing a little bit this year. Eric, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Welcome. Sorry, this is not the usual setup. This is not the usual. I'm not in my apartment right now. We're in the hotel because I'm traveling this week. So, Alex, what's going on? What do you think of the Yankees starting pitching? Do you think it will hold up? I would like. I don't know. I'm just someone where I like starting pitching depth. I think if they could add someone, I think that would be pretty good. With the Yankees, let me actually pull up here their current rotation. Let's take a look. So, Cole, Severino, Montgomery, Cortez looked really good yesterday. Tyone looked really good yesterday. I don't know. On paper right now, I don't think you necessarily need someone, but could they maybe add someone? But then who would you bump from the rotation? These guys have been pitching great lately. Jordan Montgomery's been pretty good. Severino, let's take a look at his numbers. Severino's been pretty solid. 3.38 ERA, FIP below 4. So, and Cole obviously is Garrett Cole. How has Garrett Cole been doing? What are his numbers? Haven't looked at his numbers in quite a little bit. Cole very solid. 3.12 ERA, 2.83 FIP. He's striking out 11 guys per 9. So Garrett Cole's Garrett Cole. I don't necessarily think right now the Yankees need to add a guy. I think if they could maybe add like a depth kind of a guy, kind of similar to the Clay Holmes move last year. I think if they could make a move like that, I think that could be pretty beneficial for them. So Jameson Tyone will be an underrated free agent during the winter. Hey, if he keeps pitching like this, man. He keeps pitching like this, absolutely. Nick, what's going on, my friend? Let's get back to the Phillies. Dave Dombrowski should probably have been fired for wasting the Phillies owners' money for the SAR squad they're putting out there every day. Man, I'm waiting to see what kind of changes they're going to make. I'm looking to see that. What are they going to do with the lineup? Are they going to maybe plug some guys in different spots? We'll have to wait and see. Could we maybe see some guys come up from the minors maybe? I don't know. So let's see. What else do we got here? Jeff, what's going on? Tyone is probably number 2 starting pitching free agent next year. Should get a big payday if he can stay healthy. That's another big thing too. But he's been pitching good. And, hey, you got to love what he's doing lately, man. Because it felt like this was a guy, it's like, oh, my God. Like, when you're seeing the kind of numbers that he was putting up last year, you were thinking, man, why didn't they just go get Joe Musgrove? But he's figuring something out in the last couple of starts. Gregory, who are the 3 best prospects in the Phillies farm? Well, let's go take a look here. How's Bryson Stott doing? Where is he right now? I have not been keeping up. Here we go. Let's go to, is he even with the Phillies right now? Is he on the bench? Let's see. No, so he's down in the minors. So let's go here. Let's go to the Phillies. On Fangraphs, they have a great spot where you can go check out all the prospects. All right, so as of right now, so Bryson Stott, he's been hitting really well this year. So it says he's in the majors. Is he hurt? He might be hurt. Let me see here. Is he? No, he's down in the minors. Why are they saying here he's in the majors? I don't know. But let me pull up Bryson Stott's numbers really quick. It says he's in the majors, but where he went to? He played yesterday. Why is he not on the Phillies? Why am I not seeing him? He is literally nowhere on this page. Oh, there he is. He's right there. What the heck am I talking about? He's right. I'm thinking, like, did he go down to the minor leagues? But no, he's been actually looking at Bryson Stott's numbers really quick. His minor league numbers have been good, but he's not really doing all that much up in the majors. So I don't know. Who else could they maybe go to? You got Matt Vierling down here. Like maybe you saw him earlier this year, but he just wasn't really doing all that much. Who's another guy that could come up? I don't know. Probably you got Donnie Sands down here. You don't really need him. I think they could use some pitching. They don't have a lot of pitching in this farm system, but I don't know. As of right now, let me just go pull up the Phillies Let's see. But right now, when it comes to pitching, that's what I think. They need some arms for the bullpen. But Andrew Painter's far away. Mick Abel, far away. I don't know. Hans Kraus. How's Hans Kraus been doing? Yeah. He's actually been... Is he hurt? He might be hurt because his numbers were awful, and he's only made 3 starts. So I don't know what's going on there. But, I mean, right now, their best guys are far away, and Bryson Stott, he's on the bench. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Phillies, they're going to have to figure it out at the major league level. Screen is black. All right, is that better? I don't know why, man. This is why I don't like doing this stuff on the road, just because it's I don't have my normal setup. So, and I use an iPad where that can probably be the reason too. The iPad, it's great, that I can touch the screen and everything, and it's mobile. I can carry it around, but it definitely has its limitations for sure. I probably got to get myself a laptop at some point. The iPad's great, but I use like the iPad Pro where it's really good, but the laptop, it's going to be more advantageous in a lot of other ways. But Sports with AJ, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, Francisco Morales, you can call up too. Absolutely. Gregory, well, the Phillies need to start trading prospects for pitching. Well, you got Dave Dombrowski. So Dave Dombrowski, he's going to be looking for deals. He's going to be looking for ways to improve the team. I think that's a good sign, honestly. The fact that they made this move now, I think that should tell Phillies fans they're going to be making moves. I think they're going to be doing some things. And this month is going to be a huge month for the Phillies. So, hey, Manuel Jimenez, we were talking about this a little earlier with the Angels. Joe Madden next, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. Random commenter, what's going on? The problem is not the manager, it's the Phillies. We saw what went down with Kapler, went from being kicked out of Philly to manager of the year with the Giants. It's funny how that works, right? It's funny how that works. And that's what I was talking about with Josh. I don't think it's the manager. I think it's the whole team. I think that you got a lot of egos on this team with the Phillies. You got a lot of big personalities on this team. And when you got big personalities, sometimes it can be a little harder for these guys to come together. So, but I agree. It's funny how that's a great comparison you just made. Gabe Kapler, didn't really seem to work. I think it's more of an organizational thing, but this, I think, is the only way Dombrowski could have sent a message to the team. This is the only way, and to show he's serious. So this was really the only thing he could have done. I don't know. Could you have maybe had some meetings and whatever? Sure. So, but I don't know. It is what it is. But that's a great comparison with Gabe Kapler. Sports with AJ. Phillies need a roster rehaul. Hey, it's a good team. It's a good team, man. But they're just, I don't know. They don't have a great farm. Could you imagine though? Let's say Phillies went into just sell mode. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine some of the pieces that they could get back? I don't think they would be able to trade Harper. I'm not saying they would. I'm just kind of fantasizing here. I think Harper is the no trade. So, but yeah, I don't know. But everyone, I think I'm going to get out of here. I got to start getting ready here. I got to be at the field in about an hour and a half. We're playing the Salem Disco Turkeys today, and I got to be out at the field in just a little bit, and I got to go eat something too. But again, this was not the usual setup. I apologize. The screen went black earlier. The iPad is annoying. What can you do? But this is the best I could do. Breaking news here. Joe Girardi fired after the Phillies are off to a terrible start. 22-29 to start the year. Rob Thompson is going to be the new manager, moving up from bench coach to the interim manager. But everyone, I can't wait to get back home. I can't wait to be back in my usual setup. I can't wait to start getting back to work next week. I got a lot of ideas that I want to start pumping out for content. I want to get back to the live streams. We will still be doing power rankings on Sunday. I'm going back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So early morning flight. But we will be here for the power rankings on Sunday. So make sure you're here for that. And hey, be on the lookout for the content next week as well. But everyone, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for joining me in this rinky-dink setup here in the hotel room. I appreciate that. But also, thank you for the super chats. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Everyone, have yourself a good day, and I'll talk to you next time.